Okay, we're live, and I'm pretty sure I have everything set up. So let's go. We're going to be making a wonderful YouTube short today. I already have some of the script done, but I am going to rework it a bit because I'm not done with it. So we still have more work to do. But we're gonna keep working on it. The song is so gas, man. Ooh. Alright, let me just close out of that. Congrats to Lightning Puppy on getting first. What's up, Badaki? What's up, Mike Yoshi? What's up, Steen? What's up, Wolfer? Congrats on getting first, Wolfer, on Twitch. Okay, so, Chad, I don't know if you guys realize this. I feel like probably not everyone realized this, but the camel husk's existence is going to make Minecraft deserts like so much harder. And so that's what the short is about. For today, ideally I'm gonna be posting this tomorrow, so I gotta lock in and make this short because I normally like to have my editor do them, but I'm assuming he's not gonna be able to because it would be like I'd be giving him like so little time to edit it. I was at least second. Good work. All right, so guys, look at this. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how dangerous these. I'm gonna show you guys how dangerous these new mobs are. By the way, everyone like this stream. So this is me in full diamond, 1.5 hearts, right? Now, imagine I go to fight this guy and I jump at him. I just took 3 hearts. I took 3 hearts, right? Depending, I don't know why I have no audio. There we go. There you go. Do you see that? If you jump at him incorrectly, you can take 5.5 hearts in full diamond. Is that not nuts? So like, it obviously does require, oh, I just like reloaded my texture packs or something. My game just froze. There we go. It requires the player to run at him. Oh, that's 6.5 hearts actually. Oh God. So 6.5 hearts, bro. Like, it requires the player to run at him, but I feel like that's a thing that somebody's gonna do, you know? You're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go kill him. And then you take 6.5 hearts of damage. That's gonna be insane. We wanna see Chula? Join the Discord. I sent a picture of her earlier today. Like, is that not so much damage? Considering I'm wearing full diamond, bro, that's a ton of damage. Deserts are gonna be deadly now. Yeah, that's the point of this short. So, let's start working on it. I don't love this hook. It's been a while. Finna be here because I need to clear my mind. I got suspended at school for the stupidest reason. That sucks. No enchants. Yes, I have no enchants on my armor. So, like, to be fair, this is not, like, the best armor that you'll have. But, dude, this is, like, pretty reasonable armor to have. And, like, so, like, you know, if you have full Prot 4 netherite, it's still not gonna do that much. But if you're in iron armor, that was not as much damage as it could do. 3 hearts is the default. I might... Yep, there you go. He can one-shot you if you jump into him incorrectly. In full iron armor. If you ask me, that's kind of crazy. Full iron armor is a lot of... Full iron armor is kind of crazy. There's not a ton of mobs that can one-shot you in full iron. Or when you're in full iron. I have not been able to get it to one-shot me in full diamond. But if it had speed or something, maybe it could. Did you play Soul Steel yet? I did not. I don't know if I will. Okay, the desert is about to become the most dangerous biome in Minecraft because of the camel husk. What difficulty is this? This is hard difficulty. Mini boss? Yeah, dude. This guy is actually a mini boss. I fully agree with that statement. Like, okay, let me see. Maybe I wonder in full diamond, can I kill this guy? I guess if I kill the camel, it shouldn't be too difficult. But if you don't want to kill the camel, it's gonna be pretty difficult to kill this guy. Oh, okay, maybe not. I guess not that bad. But I also have full diamond on. Hello, camel. I'm also better than the average player. Trap someone in a room and slap strength 2 on it and let them run wild. True. For a hook, you should do the camel husk is a terrorist. I could just do the camel husk is the most dangerous mob in Minecraft. That's a pretty good hook. The camel husk? Yeah, that still works. The camel husk? Maybe not the, no, but that's not really true. I don't want to say it's the most dangerous mob in Minecraft, because the warden is still gonna beat it every day of the week, but it's still very strong. I'm thinking of doing like the most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert, but that's kind of a weird way to phrase that. I don't know. Let's just move on to the rest of the short and we'll figure it out. I think it would be a good idea for the parched to give the hunger effect. I disagree with that. I think that's boring if it just does the same thing as the husk. I feel like so many people are surprised that it doesn't also give you hunger, but that's just like lame. Why would it, like, it doing the same exact thing? Ow, that did a lot of damage. Ow. See, they are a little bit difficult to fight. Oh gosh. Cause they like, I'm just gonna wait for his thing. Oh, all right, he hit me. Ow. See, because they run away from you, they're kind of hard to fight. All right, come on. I just have to get out if I get his thing to drop. Come back here. Dang it. And they do that little weird goofy oh my gosh. It's so hard to hit them. They're at such a weird angle and they spin around too. This mob is genuinely going to be quite difficult to fight. Especially if you don't want to kill the camel husk. Although, I think that the strat is just going to be kill the camel husk because they spawn so frequently that it doesn't matter. 10% of husks spawn with a camel husk, which I have a feeling that they're gonna nerf that because right now, if I do game rule spawn mobs true, and let me just fly away a little bit. That's unfortunate, Altarock. I hope you get to go. We see. Surprising there's actually not one in this group. I feel like usually there is. Oh, there's one. You see them pretty often, though, is kind of my point. They're not uncommon. They're not uncommon at all. So killing the camel husk is probably just the vibe. Oh, here's one, and this guy has armor, too, dude. Look at that. That's crazy. Oh, there's another one. Okay, lock back in, dash bump. Yeah, 10% is pretty high. The desert is about to become the most dangerous biome in Minecraft because of the camel husk. The camel husk is so dangerous because it spawns with a husk with a spear and the new parched mob riding it. They chase after the player and are almost as fast as you. and the parched will shoot at you to slow you down. This is actually kind of the same sentence, so I need to come up with something. I think I like this part, if I remember correctly. I wrote it like 2 hours ago. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with other mobs getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape since the parched can shoot at you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 1.5 hearts with full diamond armor on. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it and make the mistake of running towards it, this makes it do even more damage to you, dealing up to 6.5 hearts with full diamond armor. What's up, Malik? How's it going? We need more Bedrock Hive stream. It has been a minute since I did a Bedrock Hive stream. I apologize for that. So, okay, so here are the things that I want to talk about in this short. So the husk spear damage, the frequency of husks or of camel jockey spawning. I talked about the speed already, the speed of camel jockeys. What are the other things? Oh, they don't burn is the other thing, I think. You gotta do a survival stream. Your volcano is still unfinished. All of my projects are always gonna be unfinished. There's always gonna be one of them that's unfinished. I have an idea for you if you make funny memes. I don't really, but I mean, you can feel free to tell me it anyway. Maybe the first tip maybe the first one I do. What do you guys think? Is it good to lead off with the camel husk spawns everywhere, so you're gonna deal with it a lot? Or do I start with the camel husk can outrun you? I think I'm gonna start with they spawn really frequently. The desert is about to become the most dangerous biome in Minecraft because of the camel husk. The camel husk is so the camel husk is a new jockey that spawns with a husk, with a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently with 10% of husks spawning riding camels, spawning as a jockey. Minecraft Movie 2 camel jockey, true. Like, make the bruh if something is like bruh. Wow, that's an incredible idea. Oh wow, that's genius. I should play the bruh sound effect if something is bruh. My parents called checking in on me and I had to pretend I didn't spend the entire day on my floor watching Psych. Nice. Can the mobs that ride the camel be full armor? Yes, they can. That's the other thing that's scary about them, dude. You can encounter one, and see, I don't even have time in this short to talk about everything, but dude, Deserts are also just gonna be more dangerous because of the parched. Like, look at this, okay. This is netherite sword, 1, 2. If I get hit by this guy, 1, 2, 3. Getting weakness just is going to make everything harder. And if you're in the desert, you're going to get hit by weakness, like, constantly. Look at how many hits that took. I will acknowledge that not all of them were crits, but 6 crits is insane. Like, dude, the deserts are gonna be so hard, at least relatively speaking. They might still not be that hard because it's Minecraft, but relatively speaking, deserts are going to be so much harder. Oh my gosh, this damage tilt is horrendous. Look at how many hits this guy takes. Oh my gosh. 6 crits are more than enough to kill someone in MCCI. Yeah. Dude, you're gonna have, if you're in this biome at night, you're gonna have hunger. You're either gonna have hunger or weakness, like, all the time. Like, dude, oh, I got weakness. And these guys are fast. Like, the camel husk is, like, relatively difficult to outrun. It's obviously not, like, insanely fast. Like, you can still outrun it, but it is a lot faster. Can you bless me with the strength to defeat a Hollow Knight boss? Yeah, I got you. Alright, there you go. I just did an ancient ritual for you. So you can 3-shot a creeper, right? Before it explodes. If you get hit by the weakness arrow, bro. There we go. Oh god. Like, it's gonna make so much harder. Oh, I thought I surely got away from him. Imagine if they could dash, you know. So okay, so I had a take that I was considering putting out, right? And I have since the camel existed, I have decided not to put this out. Well, maybe I still will. But my take was that the zombie horse is like not very threatening at all, because you can outrun it. But I think now that I think about it, it's not super crazy because there will be obstacles and the zombie horse doesn't have to worry about them. But I do. Like, if I'm running and it's like a hilly area, the zombie horse can climb those hills faster than I can, and there are mobs that are going to be coming for me. So I think it is a good thing that you can outrun the zombie horse. I think it maybe doesn't make that much sense that you can outrun it, but I think it does. It is good for, like, game balance. The husk jockey thing only spawns at night, right? Yes, but it doesn't burn. Do I have that listened to? Yeah, I did. Okay. The desert is about to become the most dangerous biome in Minecraft because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new jockey that spawns with a husk. That spear. That spawns with a husk holding a spear. That spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey. Meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parch shooting at you to slow you down. So it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about a heart and a half with full diamond armor on. I think I'm actually gonna use iron armor as an example, because I feel like that's... Then I can say that it one-shots you. It can do about, I believe it was 3 hearts? About 3 hearts with iron armor on. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this makes it do even more damage, what? One-shotting you. This can make it do even more damage one-shotting you. I'm just gonna say this makes it. This makes it do even more damage one-shotting you. What's up? I'm Studios. How's it going? Hi, my name's Susan Storm, and I'm fighting for all the super-powered moms out here. I am dangerous. What are you talking about? And most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight. So you'll be fighting them all the time. You know what's crazy to me? Okay, this is something. Oh, this allows it to, yeah, that. I'm just gonna say that this lets it do even more damage one-shotting you. Dude, so, okay, this is random side tangent, but the creeper, right? The creeper is bad, according to, like, Jeb, because it's, like, anti-fun. It's anti-fun because it can destroy a teeny tiny amount of land. It can destroy frickin' 2 blocks worth of land. This takes 12 seconds to fix. This is not anti-fun. I stand by that statement. People were saying, like, this is a bad take, but, like, no, you're wrong and you're stupid. The creeper does this much damage to the ground. This is nothing. It doesn't matter. Just fix it. Anyways, the creeper is bad because it destroys your land, right? And because it doesn't go away during the daytime and it's relatively quiet. They just added 2 mobs to the game that are completely unavoidable and don't burn during the daytime. These guys are way harder to deal with than the creeper. So why are we complaining about the creeper? The husk, dude, the husk is, the camel jockey is going to be so much harder to deal with than the creeper. The creeper, you just hit it a couple times and it's dead. The camel jockey, bro, it runs at you, can do so much damage to you, and has a guy shooting at you with weakness arrows. Endermen are worse than the creeper, fully agree. That's so true. They don't go away during the day either. They steal your blocks and put them wherever. Literally, you have no control over them. Creepers, it pisses me off so much that people were saying the creeper isn't the player's fault. It 100% is, and you're literally delusional if you don't think it is. Because everything that you do can lead to the creeper being there. The only thing that you can do to avoid an Enderman is light up literally everywhere. That's a good take. Creeper holes are so annoying on SMPs. If you hate filling them in, go in a stupid cave. If you hate filling them in, bro, I think you're actually just, like, really lazy. They're not like that hard to fill in. I could say what I could concede on. Here is the one thing that I would say could be a decent change to the creeper. Make it so that all of the blocks drop, because this is obviously not as many blocks. If they made it so that creepers had an 100% block drop rate, I wouldn't be mad about that. It's literally a skill issue if you can't kill a creeper before it explodes. I can't lie, unless you are an idiot, creepers are literally harmless. A camel jockey, yes, I'm calling a camel jockey. Yeah, I need to just call it a camel jockey, it's easier. Will be way more dangerous. I agree. I fully agree. I'm glad I'm not the only one, man. I think, dude, I just don't think I understand what Mojang is on when they add this guy, which is so much harder to deal with than a creeper. But they're like, the creeper would not be added today because we hate fun. because we hate having a challenge for the player. And then they add this mob, which is going to be so annoying. Or, well, not this mob, but they add this mob, which is just going to be hard. It's going to be an annoying mob, and it spawns everywhere. There are so many of them. I guess right now there are only 2 of them, but there's, like, if you get mildly unlucky, you could easily have, like, 3 of them spawn at the same time. Notch added the creeper, actually. True. Jeb, I hate him. Okay, I don't hate Jeb, man. I definitely don't hate Jeb. I respect Jeb a lot, and I think he's I'm sure he's a cool guy. But I do think that the mentality of, I think one of the things, one of the problems with it has to be the player's fault as a overall statement. I can agree with it in some situations, but one of the problems with it has to be the player's fault is that most games operate on a basis of we throw a challenge at the player and the player has to overcome it. Mojang doesn't do, or Minecraft doesn't do that anymore. Or very rarely. I'm actually very happy that this mob exists because it is going to be a challenge that is thrown at the player that the player has to overcome. But the thing I don't understand and I don't support is the hypocrisy. Because the creeper is a challenge that is thrown at the player that the player has to overcome. But they wouldn't add that, but they would add this. This is fully a harder challenge than the creeper. So, like, I don't understand. There's no way for the creeper to explode without it being the player's fault. Yeah, the only way that the creeper can explode with that, like, kind of without it being the player's fault is if you have, I'm pretty sure it explodes if a skeleton shoots it. But that still requires the player to be there. It just means, like, it's slightly less the player's fault, you know? Are you serious? Bro, he's shooting over his head. This guy's cheating. This guy's hacking. Oh, I forgot you can't even punch when you have weakness. Oh, maybe it doesn't do that. Why did I think it does? Is it because the creeper in this situation can't see the... Is it because the creeper can't see the guy? Is that why? The creeper can't see this guy? I thought that creepers sometimes exploded when a skeleton hit them. Am I tripping? Don't they? Holy moly, it takes so many hits when you get hit with weakness. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it can do that. That's the only time that it's not the player's fault. And even so, it's still the player's fault. But, like, that's, like, the only time I could... If Mojang decided that they wanted to get rid of that from the game, I wouldn't be mad about it. At least not very mad about it. Maybe I would, but I don't think I would mind too much. Because that sometimes does happen. That's probably like 9 out of 10 creeper holes that I have to fill in are caused by that exact situation. It's just when a skeleton shoots a creeper. You know what I just thought of? Hold on, this is an interesting idea. Oh, snow golems. I'm pretty sure snow golems also detonate. Oh god, I'm in a desert biome, so this... Don't snow golems also cause creepers to detonate? Yeah, they do. That's still the player's fault because there's no way that there are so many mobs that are naturally grouped that close together for the skeleton to make the creeper explode. Well, it's still the player's fault, but it's much less. Like, I feel like there are like amounts of the player's fault. Like, dude, if you're running away from mobs and a creeper just hits a skeleton and the creeper explodes, that's kind of annoying. Like, I can see that being a not fun feature. Because it does happen. It totally happens accidentally. It totally happens when the player... But, like, I don't even think that that's that big of a deal. But, yeah, I don't know. Is this long enough? The desert is about to become the most dangerous biome in Minecraft. In Minecraft because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new jockey that spawns... Because, I'm just gonna say because of the camel jockey. The camel... no. The camel husk... The camel husk is a new mob. Is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Oh, also, this is totally unrelated, but I don't know if you guys saw Cam Man's video today, but I had no idea that there are baby camel husks. I'm pretty sure. He spawned them in. How do I do it? I assumed it would be... Oh, I guess it's not that. It must just be summon camel husk is baby : 1B 0B? No. How do you spawn in a baby? Camman talked about how you can spawn in baby camel husks, but I'm not actually sure how. Is it age? It might be age : 0. How do you do it? I don't know. I really have no idea how this works. Minecraft Movie 2 Camel Jockey. Yep. Camel Jockey. How did Camman get a baby camel husk to spawn, bro? If I just spawn a regular camel... No, I guess that's not working? Why is... Since when is baby not working? I guess I can just look at the data of the camel husk. Data, get, entity. Stop walking away from me! I'm trying to get your data. Tame. Age 0. I don't know, I don't actually see anything. Shift click on another, I tried that already. It opens their inventory. They added multiple kinds of jockeys so they could make more Minecraft movies. Dude, you're onto something. That's the only reason that they're adding more jockeys. It's just so that they have more memes for the future Minecraft movies. Minecraft is now dictated by the memes. Whee. I wonder how much damage I do with a spear on the camel jockey. Bro, I just jumped over him. Okay, I got one. Oh, they hit me up here. I thought they weren't supposed to be able to hit me. I thought that was like one of the core traits of the camel is that it's like not supposed to be able to hit you because you're too tall. So what, like when I jump, it can hit me? That's interesting. Try spawning with age -1. That could be valid. Oh, that's, wait. I think that did actually work. I think. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, good. I didn't know it would be negative. I thought it would just be interesting. Thank you. Good suggestion. I'm very surprised that this skeleton keeps hitting me and not my jockey. The skeleton's got good aim, bro. All right, back to making the short. I'm really not locked in today. The desert is about to become the most dangerous biome in Minecraft because of the camel husk. How are baby husks reaching you? They're not. They're just chasing after me. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as jockeys, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parch shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parch can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts. It can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you. And most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be fighting them all the time. Is this enough? You know, let me check compared to another script. Let me compare it to another script. Oh yeah, we should be good. Okay. Let me record this then. I just gotta turn down my mic audio. Boom. Like so. There we go. I gotta do a little bit of homework tomorrow. Ugh, gross. All my homies hate homework. Don't they know that I'm a YouTuber? They shouldn't be assigning me homework. They don't know that I'm a YouTuber. Thankfully, that would be kind of weird. There's only like one class where I'm like kind of tempted to mention it. Like our teacher asked us if anyone during like internships is basically what they were asking, but they asked if anyone had worked with any brands. And they meant like, or not worked with any influencers, or yeah, I think it was worked with any influencers on a campaign. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, do I count? I am the influencer and I worked with a brand. Does that count? I don't think that's what they were looking for though, to be honest, but you know. Your school is homework free? That's crazy. What kind of school doesn't have homework? I didn't know that was like a thing. What's up, Luke? Guys, look at how cute of a picture of Chula this is. Hold on. Look at her. She's so freaking cute. She's so silly. She just saw an opening apparently my parents said that she there were like candles right here and here, and she like yanked one off the shelf, and so they put them up here on the top, and then as soon as they put them up here, Chula was like, oh, I'm gonna go explore. Isn't that so freaking cute? She's so baby. I love her so much. I miss my Bula. All right, anyways, I miss Chula. I want to see her so bad. I need to go home soon to see my baby. The desert? The desert is about to become the most dangerous biome in Minecraft because of the camel husk. I never actually figured out if I liked that hook or not. Do I start with, do I do it opposite? The camel husk is about to make the camel husk is about to make the desert the most the camel husk is about to make the desert the most dangerous biome in Minecraft. Is that better? I feel like the energy is probably better. Let's see. I'm gonna write it out and see if anything sticks. I like starting with camel husk because that's like a better like buzzword right off the start because it's like a new mob. What are you studying? I'm a marketing major. The camel husk is about to become, or the camel husk is about to make the desert the most dangerous biome in Minecraft. It's also a little bit shorter, which could be good. I mean, both are great. Fair. Please change the music to Poster Boy. I don't know who Poster Boy is, but I'm assuming that Poster Boy is going to be copyrighted and I'm not going to be able to play them. Do you mean the song Poster Boy by Two Hollis? Or is there something else? Let me watch some of your shorts. Fair. Camels? Is it really weird if I go the most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to become the desert? Is about to be the desert because of the camel husk? Is that a real? That's kind of a weird way to phrase it, but I like having the most dangerous biome in Minecraft at the beginning because that's a good hook. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert. In the new update. Here's why. The camel husk. From Two Hollis? Yeah, I definitely can't play that. I do like camel husk though. I don't know if I can't picture that specific song off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I know that song. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this third hook just because I think that's probably the best. It won't be the most dangerous biome if we get snow zombies that can ride polar bears. I don't know if we're gonna get that, to be honest with you, but we'll see. I think so. The theory that I've been seeing around is that Mojang added several new mobs that can get spears, and they are actually maybe we will get those because because we did just get a snow variant, or we have a snow variant of skeletons already. Yeah, I guess we probably will get those. Although, I don't know if polar bears will be any more dangerous. Maybe. Polar bears aren't really that big of a threat in Minecraft generally. I feel like a polar bear would only seat one mob. If they do add it, I feel like the polar bear is gonna seat one mob, and I think that would probably make it not as dangerous as the camel husk. But all right. Say it's little too small. It's borange. What rhymes with orange? Borange. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks camel jockeys spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as jockeys. I ran out of oxygen. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous because that's such weird intonation. But it gets dangerouser. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to... Oh, voice crack. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has a... The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has a parched... The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it, since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage one-shotting you. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage one-shotting you in iron armor. And most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be fighting them all the time. The frozen version should be called the chilled and have a chance of dropping ice aspect book to revive an old enchantment. It should be for the axe. What old enchantment do you mean? Like, what old enchantment would it revive? By the way, as I watch more of your short making live streams, the more I appreciate the effort you put into your channel. Most don't see the effort behind the screen. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. Yeah, I like to think I put a lot of effort into my shorts. Past couple shorts have flopped. This one, I'm hoping doesn't flop because I think it's pretty good. I think this is a good script. But then again, you never know. The Halloween short that I posted yesterday, I pretty much expected to flop. So, because honestly, I was doing it last minute, and mainly, the main thing that I thought would make it flop was there were a lot of there were a lot of shots in it that were really long. Usually probably my average shot duration is like a second, 2 seconds. There were like 7-second long shots because I just like couldn't figure out what else to record for those. And so I kind of knew that one would flop. But I'm hoping to get back on the up and up, you know? Ice aspect would be cool if it was actually added. Yeah, I don't think anyone would be mad about ice aspect. Somebody said to revive an old enchantment. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I'm doing the teriyaki special and running 2 streams at once. What stream are you running? Who else is? I look myself in the mirror and find myself unknowing to my own soul. Good, that's actually how you're supposed to feel. Don't worry, you're chilling. That's the normal way to feel. Trust me, I would know. All right, let me make a Adobe. I just closed it. Let me make a project, and I have about an hour left of stream, so we gotta film and edit. I might, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll go a little bit longer just to make sure I get it done, because I do want this short to go out tomorrow. Since, especially at the beginning of the month, this is like kind of stupid and like a little bit superstitious, but the desert, but I really, no, maybe this isn't. I'm just gonna do harder now. I think that's better. I want to, like, at the very beginning of the month, I want to start off strong. Basically, like, I'm okay with missing a short here and there. Sometimes I, like, don't have enough time to make a short, you know? Or I don't have a good idea or whatever, right? But I don't, at the very beginning of the month, I really want to, you know, I want to start off strong. It was considered to be added, not put in development. Oh, you're talking about ice aspect? Was it? I did not. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna fact check this. Dude, Epidemic Sound logs me out like every day, and it pisses me off. Like, I don't get it. Oh man, I wanted to work on my long form video today. I just got like a sponsorship offer for a long form video, and it would mean that contractually I would have to get the video out by the end of December. And I would like to do that anyway, but if I have a sponsorship, then I like really have to, so it would like force me to lock in, you know? I definitely don't think that being a YouTuber is the hardest job, but I also think that people assume that being a YouTuber is a really easy job, and I think that that's dumb. I think the people who think that being a YouTuber is a really easy job are kind of silly. Ice aspect Minecraft. I'm not seeing anywhere that says that. I'm not seeing anywhere official that's people saying they should add ice, or that's saying the Mojang considered ice aspect. Is it in dungeons or something? My bad, but YouTube is still hard. I mean, you can think that if you want to think that. I appreciate that you at least, you know, respect what YouTubers do. There are a lot of people who don't, and either think like it's not a real job at all, or they're like, it's so easy. I've had people say to me like, oh, so do you just like record a video for 30 minutes and then make $1 million? And I'm like, no. A, I don't make $1 million, and B, it takes me, you know, hours and hours to make my videos.
The desert, the most dangerous biome.
It's kind of a weirdly phrased.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk.
You know what's the worst thing though? When I make the same short as Cam Man by accident, I'm just hoping he doesn't make this exact same short.
The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it.
Being a YouTuber isn't easy, where there are thousands of randoms on the internet forming parasocial relationships with you. I don't think that's actually... Well, maybe for some people it is.
Unlike
for
the
me,
zombie horse
that's
jockey,
not really a problem.
Unlike the zombie horse jockey camel husks.
You know what is one of the hardest parts about
Unlike
being
the
a
zombie
YouTuber?
horse jockey. Unlike
It can take a toll on your mental health, right? Like I'm gonna give a recent example. I made that ad for creative mode, and a lot of people are really anti-AI. I'm not pro AI, but I'm not anti-AI either. I'm kind of in the middle, dirty centrist as they call us. I think AI is cool sometimes. I think AI is also terrible sometimes, right? And I got a lot of hate comments on that video. People saying that I sold out and that kind of stuff. And I don't want them to think that. But there's not necessarily anything I can do to change their mind. There are hundreds and hundreds of people commenting that kind of stuff. And so, like, you know, I have to just read those comments and just when you are the creator, you are expected to, like, I can't crash out on any of them, basically. I can't get mad at any of the people, regardless of how stupid their takes might be.
Unlike the zombie horse jockey,
people,
camel jockeys spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as jockeys.
I ran out of oxygen. And that's one of the difficult things, the mental health toll.
Unlike the zombie horse,
some people really have it bad. I tend to not really care too much about negative comments when it's like once in a blue moon. But when I do make a video that people really disagree with, it's never nice to read a comment that's like, man, I used to really like your videos, but you make all these terrible takes now. I got a few comments of that on like the creeper video that I made about how the creeper is like a great mob. Like people just being like, you make all these terrible takes now, I'm unsubscribing. And like that obviously, I'm a person, that hurts my feelings, you know? But so that's one of the hardest
Unlike
parts.
the zombie horse jockey,
I think it's not for everyone. There are definitely some people who would struggle to read those hate comments and not get depressed.
Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently. Camel husks spawn...
That really sounded like I said Kamala. Or Kamala.
Camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets even more...
AI is good depending on the situation. I agree.
But it gets more I fully agree with you. But it gets more dangerous because it's such a weird intonation. It gets dangerous.
I fully agree that AI is sometimes good, but you know, people don't necessarily agree with that. Some people think all AI is bad. I'm not one of those people.
But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to...
Oh, voice crack. Crazy voice crack.
But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it.
I need to get a new mic, man.
More dangerous.
I hate that it does this.
More dangerous.
Or I don't know what this noise is.
More dangerous.
You guys hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear that. It might just be me nitpicking. With like when you're listening to it in the short with music and stuff, I don't think you can really tell when I have like little crackles in the mic, but I don't like it like that. Sometimes you just have to ignore it. Oh yeah, for sure. I can deal with hate comments. Almost all of them are people getting mad that they got banned from their stream for being racist, homosexual, I almost said. You will not be banned for being homosexual here. We have no problem with that. Homophobic, sexist, parasocial. Yeah, fair. GPT is good. So, I think... I will admit I use ChatGPT sometimes. All of my scripts are written in ChatGPT. No, they're not. You guys just saw me write one. I use ChatGPT mostly for summarizing like textbooks because I'm not going to read 80 pages. Dude, I have a class, right? I'm gonna risk my ass here, okay? If my professor sees this stream, shit, dog, that sucks. I am in a 100 level class for something that is not my major. She will assign us 80 pages of reading. What are you talking about? What student is doing that? It's insane to me if you expect that your students are reading 80 pages of reading. We have class Tuesday and Friday. She assigns us she gives us 3 days to read 80 pages of a relatively difficult reading too. Like they're not like Harry Potter. They have big words that I don't understand. And it's just crazy. It's like this is not, I'm not going to read this. You should know that. If you're a teacher, you should know that if you're asking your students to read 80 pages for a requirement class that they don't want to be in, that is a 100 level class that nobody here wants to be in, you should not be assigning 80 pages. I'm really scared that she's gonna see this somehow. She definitely won't, but she's gonna just probably kill me, probably just shoot me in the face. One of the classes assigns 5 different readings per week, and most of them are like cryptic. Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I that's what I think. Dude, even my core requirement classes assign us like 1 chapter, and that's like 30 pages.
The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has a... The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has a parched... The camel...
Like, that's my actually important classes don't require me or don't assign me as much reading as this class.
The camel husk is almost as fast as the player.
So yeah,
and has
I'm obviously going to use ChatGPT
to slow you down.
To summarize.
So it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way.
I'm in a group chat for that class, and people in the group chat are trying to make a intellectual students club. How pretentious do you have to be to make that? Dude, that is crazy. Students who don't violate their academic integrity policies. I would never do that personally.
The camel husk...
I don't... Maybe it's against academic integrity to use it to summarize a textbook, but like I'm not using it on like quizzes and stuff. Mostly because I'm too scared I'll get caught.
The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way.
We had this test recently that was like, it was proctored.
And you can't
it was proctored, and they told, it was like a benchmark exam that our whole school does, right? Or like my whole school, I'm in the business school, like my whole business school has to do this exam. And it's on like everything you've learned, like seniors do it, and it's on everything you've learned the past 4 years, right? And so obviously it's really hard because you don't, nobody remembers stuff they learned freshman year. What are we talking about, So I got a 72 out of 104, or maybe 106, something like that. So I got like a 67%.
And you can't...
I just realized that you guys have not been able to see what I'm doing. Thank you. Thank you, Alta Rock. I realized, I noticed like 2 seconds before you said that. So I got like a 67, which was like above average. I think the average went up though. Like the second day, like when I took it, I was above average, and then like by the end of the week I was below average. I think it's because people heard how hard it was and started cheating, but I don't know for sure. But there was like one person in my class who got like in my group who got like an 104 out of 106, and I was like, dude, you can't like. That is the most, that's so obvious that you're cheating. Just because, like, no one should be getting that high of a grade. It's just like, there's no way. There's no way that you're getting that high of a grade on an assignment that is from the entire 4 years.
And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it, since the parched can shoot you.
And so I just thought that was funny that people were cheating on that. Especially
And
since
even
it's
more
proctored,
dangerous than that,
too,
the spear that...
Like, they could see you cheating. I mean, you don't have to share your screen or anything. They just can see your face. I don't know what the point of that even is. If you're not gonna have us go on like lockdown browser or something so that we can't open other tabs, and you're not gonna have us share our screen, why are we even proctoring it at all? What is you looking at my face going to tell you? If I switch tabs, which I didn't because I'm a good student, but if I switch tabs, like, you wouldn't know. How would you know?
And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on.
You got a 62 out of 60? I've had that happen a few times.
But even more dangerous than that, if you try to...
I don't know if this is just my school, but I think this is like a common stereotype about business majors, right? The stereotype is business majors are dumb and they show up to class drunk or like hungover, you know? That's the stereotype. Whether or not it's true, it is. But it's definitely true. There are a lot of idiots in the business school, and I'm like, how do I go to the same school as you? You did not know that 6 times 6 is 36, right? And so what happens is I study for like I study a reasonable amount for an exam, and then I get like a 95 or something, and then the class average is like a 70, so our professor curves it by like 5 or 10 points or whatever, and then I get like an 105. I've had that happen like 10 times since I became a business major.
But even more...
I'm pretty sure I ended one class. Yeah, there was one class that I ended with like an 105%. And that made me realize, like, I'm trying too hard. I need to study less.
But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage one-shotting you. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage one-shotting you in iron armor. And most dangerous... But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage one-shotting you in iron armor.
Somebody in my calc class couldn't graph y equals 3. Damn, that's
and
crazy.
Most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be fighting them all the time.
I have a suspicion that this short is way too long. Hold on.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you.
I have 2 of them. Okay. I was wondering if I had a duplicate somewhere because I was like, that's so long.
The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it, since the parched can shoot you.
I don't know which take to use. They both sounded fine.
The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with the camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And
now this is, okay, perfect. Now this is a minute and 3, and so I can just speed it up by like 5% and it'll be a minute.
Fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it, since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage one-shotting you in iron armor. And most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be fighting them all the time.
Alright. We are an hour and 10 minutes in, so not doing super great on time, but you know what? It is what it is. As a wise man once said in the Minecraft speedrunning community, F it, we ball. I don't know why I'm not cursing right now, but I'm not. Frick it, we ball. I will do it. Not gonna lie, with your YouTuber voice, I can't tell a difference. Oh, between the two lines? I could. I figured out, or I remembered what the difference was. It was, I just struggled over, like, the word parched. I said, like, the, part. I just, like, very, very minor issue, but I heard it. I heard it and kind of remembered why I re-recorded it. It really was not it was not really a thing, but I struggled over one word. Drowned, parched, and, like, and bogged are all bad names for mobs. I don't like them. Just call it the bog. Just call it the parched. Like, that's, I don't know. I don't like them being past tense mobs. The dehydrated. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft. What do I show for the most dangerous biome in Minecraft? Do I show like the Nether and have show a bunch of blazes shooting at me or something? Deep dark made of sand. The most dangerous biome. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft. Does the deep dark count as a biome? Yeah, it does. I was thinking about the deep dark. To be honest, I still don't think that I'm still not sure if the, oh, that's weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. The reason I didn't want to use the deep dark is because if I'm real with you guys, I think the deep dark is still probably gonna be more dangerous than the desert, but it's a better hook and it's easier to say that it will be the most dangerous biome in Minecraft. It's a lot easier to say that than one of the most dangerous biomes in Minecraft, you know? So a little bit, as a YouTuber, you might learn that a lot of YouTubers do that. A lot of YouTubers exaggerate a little bit for effect and for like the sake of conciseness and hookiness and catchiness and all the nisses. Why are there random brown deep slate spots? It's because of night vision. It's because night vision works weirdly now, man. When you have a light source, it defaults to the light source. That's actually a short idea. Thank you. You just pointed out that short to me. What's up, Heralder Toaster or something like that? I'm gonna write this down. Night vision is weird now. Or has it always been that way? I don't know. When you have a light source, it defaults to the light level of the source. I think I have noticed in recent times, though, in my opinion, it is weird now, like specifically. Like one of the weirdest things is if it's nighttime, right? Why is it so dim? This is not, I have night vision. Why is everything so dark? This is what it looks like without night vision. That's barely any difference. Like, what are we on? Why is it so dark? What happened to night vision, bro? Night vision sucks now. I don't know why night vision is so bad now, but I don't think it used to look like this. Like, I'm fairly certain that it did not always look like this. Why am I flying around trying to find an ancient city when I can just do this? I sent a script and sent it in promo. Can I have some advice? Sure. I always like critiquing scripts. You're a liar. So you've lied to me. So you lied to me and you didn't send it in promo. How could you do this to me? Like, dude, why is underground brighter than above ground? I don't understand why night vision looks so bad now. It's so weird. You brick, it's literally there, scroll down. No, it just... Bro sent it after I checked. You're a non-believer. Bro sent it this minute. I checked like a minute ago. Curing zombie villagers just way better. I assume it's supposed to be just got way better. You might not know that in Minecraft, when a creeper explodes with an effect, it will create a lingering potion effect. This includes any effect, meaning you can make pools of strength, regen, and even luck. And this is great early and mid-game since you don't have access to lingering potions. It gets better than that though, since if you don't have a village or trading hall, you will eventually cure them. But this requires a weakness potion, which forces you to travel to the nether for blaze rods. But it still gets better than that, because if you abuse the creeper mechanic and use a weakness potion, you can get way more villagers cured by luring them through the pool. And best of all, Mojang is releasing the Parched, a skeleton variant with shoots weakness arrows, and combining all of these features, you can cure a lot of villagers without traveling to the nether. I'm trying to think. Let me think through my critique. All right, so in terms of practicality, this idea is kind of stupid. I feel like if I'm actually planning on writing a script that's like almost the exact, or that's like about the exact same thing, or well, about the Parched. But in terms of practicality, this whole section is like not practical. Can you please let me highlight? There we go. This is the only part that actually matters. That's my takeaway from this video. There's also so much filler to get to the meat. You might not know that in Minecraft, when a creeper explodes with an effect, it will create a lingering potion effect. This is fine. And this includes any effect. Delete that. This is great early and mid-game. Maybe this could be there. It gets better than that, though. I feel like, here's the thing. I feel as though... How about this? Curing zombie villagers just got way easier, right? And we do, all right, first point. You probably know that I'm not gonna write it out for you. Okay, there are gonna be a few points. First, you can cure. I'm just gonna say it. You can write this down yourself. First point is cure villagers normally, right? So it'll be like, you probably know that you can cure villagers you probably know that you can cure villagers by throwing a weakness potion at them and giving them a golden apple. But this isn't very easy early game because it requires you to go to the nether and blah 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 blah, right? So another way, an even better way to do it
is you can, so another way you can cure villagers is by using the creeper method, right? And then you explain the creeper method and you say, you throw the weakness potion at the creeper, you get it to blow up, and then you can cure, and you give us a concrete number. You say, ideally, you say like, and you can cure concrete number, you know, you can, this lets you cure around 20 villagers with just one potion. You could also, if you want to, you could just say optional. You could also say you could also say get a bunch of villagers in a small room and splash them all. Another way you can do it, third, stealing witches' weakness potions, right? And you can say like, an even better way to cure villagers is by using witches' weakness potions, because they have infinite of them, and if you steal them, you can use them to cure villagers. But these are all very difficult to pull off, and Mojang just added a new mob, the Parched, which shoots weakness arrows. So if you put a villager in front of a Parched and you let the Parched try to shoot at you, it will hit the villager, and then you can cure the villager without any weakness potions needed. Boom, fixed your script. That's how I would write it. Although I fear this short's gonna go viral, and then I'm gonna be sad, because that's low-key, that's how I would write it, but I also plan on writing it like that, so I might wind up having a very similar script to you. I am planning on making that, like, almost that exact same short, so, you know, maybe don't do it exactly the way that I just said it, but, you know. There's a good chance my friend forgot that she was bringing me to the party. Damn, that's so rough. Damn, that's actually so rough, bro. That's so sad. At least you get to watch more Dash Pump 4 stream. Alright. Oh, I just realized, has Chatbox been off this whole time? Alright. The most... oh god, I hate that. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft... It was a frat party anyway, and I didn't want to drink and that kind of stuff. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. In my experience, frat parties are not that much fun. Oh my god. There's a lot of villagers. I forgot that I spawned them here. It would have been cool if I went, but I'm not too bothered if she forgot. I think, I mean, this is just who I am personally, but I have had so much more fun. I've had like infinitely more fun at dorm parties that my roommates and I hosted than at any frat party or bar that I've gone to. Going to the bar just is not it compared to just like hanging out with people that you know and like. Oh, they're not letting me move. Is about to... oh god. It's about to be the desert.
Got him. And then it'll be because of the camel husk. Because of the camel husk. Okay, he kind of wasn't facing me. Because of the camel husk. Oh, man. Because of the camel husk. Perfect. That looks good. Guys, I think anime or I think Altarock was exaggerating when he said the food is probably edibles. I have not heard of any parties, you know, unfortunately. So this is just my personal experience living in a state that weed is legal, and also having tried both weed and alcohol. Personally, weed is way better. It's like so much better. However, unfortunately, because weed has been legal for much less long, or decriminalized in a lot of places for much less long, a lot of people are not as into, are not into weed. Also, this is just a theory, but weed gives you the munchies, and a lot of people are also like, especially like girls are, you know, really don't want to like eat a ton of food. I think that's one of the main reasons Pesto doesn't really enjoy weed as much as alcohol, because she just eats so much food when you know, when she does. I'm in a state where weed is legal. A lot of people in my college do it. Oh, a lot of people in my college do it too, but I have not heard about parties where all the food is edibles. I think most parties are alcohol. There might be people there who have a weed pen or something, but I have not heard of any that are just having a party where there's no food other than edibles. That sounds like that doesn't exist. That sounds like the kind of thing that would be in like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. And it's like he goes to college and he's like, oh my gosh, they don't even have real food. It's just edibles here. Ah. At least that's what I was guessing. Yeah, I think that's probably an exaggeration. Probably not a real thing you have to worry about. I was hyperbolizing, but there was going to be a lot of edibles. Oh, the legal age where I live is 19. Oh, at least that's what I was guessing. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if that's a thing. You know, I'm not an expert on parties, but I just don't know if that's a thing that they do. I don't think they just like have edibles for everyone. Like there might be people who took edibles, like, you know, who took edibles beforehand and stuff, but I don't know if they're gonna, like, the way that they have like a big thing full of punch, I don't think they're just gonna have like a big table with a bunch of edibles on it for anyone to take. That's just my intuition, but I kind of doubt that's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna spawn one in and give it a saddle and ride it for this first shot. The camel husk is a new mob. The camel husk is a new mob. Where I live, there is a law on amount of edibles someone's allowed to have on them. So edible party is illegal. Yeah, that might be a thing in the United States. I kind of want to find out now, but I'll leave that to one of you guys. Okay, then it'll be... Spawns with a husk holding a spear. spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. I have like zero interest in alcohol, weed, vaping, or any of that stuff. You know, funnily enough, that's what I thought freshman year as well. But and listen, I'm not going to encourage anything until you're 21. Don't do drugs until you're 21, or until it's legal wherever you are, I suppose. I also thought that way, but I have since come to the realization that legal drugs can be fun, and yeah, they can, and they are, and like, you don't need them to have fun at a party, but it 100% helps. I've had alcohol before. It tastes disgusting. True, but well, some of it does. I have a theory. I think parents give their kids the worst tasting alcohol they can find so the kids don't want alcohol. There are 100% alcohols that taste straight up delicious and do not taste bad at all. Dude, I'm a fiend for Malibu. Malibu is a rum that it's 20% alcohol and it's straight up delicious. Like I could drink that shit like water. It's so good. I love it. It's also so sugary, but like it's so good tasting. At least relative to alcohol. It still burns a little bit, but it tastes quite good. I've had like $300 wine and it tastes terrible. Yeah, that's fair. Beer is a scam. Beer is just stupid. Like I don't get it. It's just like acquired tastes in general are a scam. I made something that tastes like shit. If you drink it enough, you'll start liking it though. Like, bro, when I go out, I go to the bar and I get the fruity girly shit because it tastes better. Because why would I not? Why would I go to the bar and ask them for something manly if it's gonna taste like poo-poo? Getting something girly at the bar is probably the manliest thing you can do because it shows that you're not willing to be a little stupid idiot and drink something that tastes like trash just so that you look cool. Water is fire. Water is so fire. I love water. I'm gonna take a sip of water now. Okay, I'm gonna take my coordinates here, and then let's locate biome plains. And we gotta get a zombie horse to spawn. No, actually, that's a lie. I'm not gonna get a zombie horse to spawn. We are instead going to spawn one in myself, because zombie horses spawn so infrequently that it's actually very difficult to get them. So we're gonna get a zomble horse, and we're gonna get a zomble. Nope. Summon zombie here, and can pick up items, :1B? Is that how you do it? Maybe? Let's find out. Can you pick up items? No! What is it? Is it just pick up items? Does anyone know off the top of their heads? There's no baby version because there are no means of reproduction. Is this guy like 2 hours late in chat? If they don't respond to this, Betor, if you hear what I'm saying right now, respond pickles in chat. I'm wondering if they're like 2 hours behind because, or not 2 hours, but like an hour behind, because they just mentioned there is no baby version because there's no means of reproduction, which sounds like they're like really delayed in chat. If you want to take drugs, just eat candy. True, you'll get a sugar rush. It's basically the same thing. Makes me feel so high, and no, I don't have a low sugar tolerance. You know what? You know, live your life how you want. Live your life how you want. If you don't want to get high ever, that's totally fine. Mob spawn egg generator. That's fine, but I can assure you that when you are legal, it is much better. I didn't, hold on. I did. It's not items, it's can pick up loot, and there's a capital U. Can pick up loot. It's better. It's better than sugar. Trust me. Guys, can somebody in chat @better and tell them that they're not up to date in the stream, because they didn't respond pickles, and so I'm pretty sure that they are very far back in the stream. Perfect. Oh, cheetah. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but you tried your best. I suppose you tried your best. Okay. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, time set midnight. Do I have night vision? I don't. Me when I look through 1,000 commands in the hopes that I find one. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Camel husks spawn really frequently. I didn't even spawn these guys in. That's crazy. There are just 3 that spawned in, proving my point. Spawn in really frequently. And I wish it applied here that if I spawned them, they would actually work, but that's not how it works. I don't know how I can visually demonstrate this. You know what? Here's what I think I can do. Oh, that's gonna be so annoying to set up. With 1 in 10, or with 10% of husks. You know what? I think I'm just gonna do this. With 10% of husks spawning as a jockey. Meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. All right, I'm gonna stop recording there, and we're gonna edit that down because I don't wanna have to edit all of it at the same time. The translation isn't accurate. Ah, okay. Are you up to date now though, Better? Are you good on the stream? You were talking about something that we mentioned like an hour ago, so I'm assuming you were behind on stream, but I don't know for sure. Why do I have diamond armor on in this shot? What am I doing? Whatever. The most... Oh god, I hate that. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft... I got the hiccups, chat. Oh no, it's over. It's over, chat. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is Minecraft. Chat, I need you guys to say something to me that will scare the hiccups away from me. I think that's how hiccups work, right? Paying my editor a lot of money. You know, that's an example. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to... That's a joke. I think I pay my editor fairly, but I'm actually going to give him a raise pretty soon. Out to be the desert.
Is about to be the desert.
How long are these shots? Yeah, like this one's 2 seconds, this one's 1 second. My average shot duration is pretty short in my shorts. And so that's I think one of the reasons why the last short didn't do super well. Maybe it just wasn't a good topic as well.
Is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. Because of the camel husk.
Because of the camel husk.
The camel husk. The camel husk.
Dr. Donut stole another one of my videos? No. I'm sure. I've seen a few of them. I saw one where he actually reacted to my video. And it was enough that, at least in my opinion, it would constitute fair use. The one that I saw that I would say actually constitutes fair use is he made a video reacting to my April Fool's video. And like that one, he got fooled by it and he was like, is this real? And he like said a few words. Like, it's not a lot, but it's enough that I'm gonna be generous and say that it's real. Do I have your permission to ping you with an updated script? Why don't you just type it and let me know when it comes out? Don't ping me.
The camel husk is a new mob. The camel husk is a new mob.
Da 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 do do. Ding 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 ding. Da, 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 da.
The camel husk is a new mob that. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk.
Spawns with a husk holding a spear.
That spawns with a husk hold.
What's up, Insanity? How's it going?
That spawns with a husk holding a spear and holding a spear. That spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched.
And a parched riding it. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Ascendant promo. Curing zombie villagers just got way easier.
Everyone knows that you can cure. I don't know how to read. Everyone knows that you can cure a zombie villager by throwing a weakness potion at them and feeding them a golden apple. That sentence is odd. Everyone knows that you can cure a zombie villager by throwing a weakness potion at them and feeding them a golden apple. The villager will eventually cure. Everyone knows that you can cure a zombie villager by throwing a weakness potion at them and feeding them a golden apple and then waiting for them to cure. Maybe. And this part is like very not how English works. But this requires you to go to the Nether and obtain blaze rods. I feel like there's more to it than that. You could say this requires you to go to the Nether and obtain a lot of items, so it's kind of difficult. But an unknown mechanic is that when a creeper blows up while under an effect, it creates a lingering potion as a pool. This makes curing villagers super easy in groups. Instead of curing villagers, it cures number of villagers. It still gets better. Because witches have infinite potions, and one of the select potions they keep are weakness. I would say just they throw are weakness, and forcing them into throwing the weakness potions granting an infinite supply. That's also not correct wording. Best of all, Mojang is adding the Parched, a skeleton variant that shoots weakness arrows, shooting the weakness effect even faster than witches. And by using an iron golem instead of yourself, allows multiple setups. But you still have to get the golden apples. This is so funny. Are you AI generating these, Senor Fishy? It's a draft. It's better. It's still kind of odd. But you know what? I don't think I should give you too much more feedback, because if I do, then the short that you write is going to literally be exactly the same as the short that I write. I'll give you, I have to give you feedback on a short that is not an idea that I'm also going to be doing, you know? I feel like if I just give you all of my feedback on your short and you write it the way that I would write it, then it's just going to be my short on your channel, and I don't want that. Dude, 64 gigabytes of RAM is amazing. Is that how much I have? I think that's how much I have. And a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks. I'm pretty sure that's how much I have, so that's like pretty reasonable. The zombie horse jockey. I'm trying to leave audio in for all of these shots because I think that's good. Unlike the zombie horse jockey. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently. Camel husks spawn really frequently. Camel husks spawn really frequently with 10% frequently with. That's perfect. That shot looks pretty good. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a red arrow. I don't like this red arrow. Camel husks spawn. I might need to track this, which is going to be annoying. Camel husk spawn. Are those still here?
Can I just record that shot again? Nope, they're gone. That's unfortunate. Okay. All right. I think then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna
camel husk spawn.
We're gonna get rid of this, right? We're just gonna. I don't feel like having to keyframe things, so bam. Then 20 frames forward. Smaller, slightly smaller, and different rotation. And then 20 more frames forward, and we're gonna put that arrow here. And I'm gonna rotate and make it like size 4, size 5. And then we're gonna nest this sequence, and we're gonna go
Camel husks spawn really frequently with 10% of husk.
That looks pretty good to me. I didn't even spawn these guys in. That's crazy.
There are just 3 that spawned in, proving my point. Spawned in really frequently.
Oh, that was a beautiful neck crack.
With 10%.
Let me do this. With 10% of husks. Is this gonna sound okay?
Frequently with 10%.
It probably will.
Frequently with 10%. With 10% of husk spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll jockey spawning as a
jockey.
Spawning as a jockey. Spawning as a jockey, meaning spawning as a jockey. 10% of husk spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll
I am going to have mercy on this person because that's what this is a joke, by the way. I'm not religious because that's what Jesus would do, and I'm not gonna ban him. I'm just gonna time him out for 5 minutes. But we don't want to have people preaching in my YouTube chat. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm probably 99% of YouTubers would tell you the same thing, that they don't want you just preaching in their
meaning you'll see these guys
chat
everywhere. But
I don't believe in that, but that doesn't even, like, that's not even the reason. It's just like this is not the chat for that, you know?
Meaning you'll see
These guys everywhere.
Meaning you'll see these guys everywhere.
All right. We are 18 seconds through the short, which is not great, but we're getting there. And we are almost at 2 hours, but still better than having no progress on it.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous.
Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, chat, I'm gonna be right back. I'll put on the rules video for you guys, though. I'm gonna go take a piss really quickly. I have to piss, so. Hi, and Donde is epidemic sound tab. There we go. Delete that tab. There we go. All right. Thank you for joining the stream. We're happy to have you here in chat, and we appreciate your attention as we go over some important guidelines before we continue this stream. While aboard this stream, no hate speech, harassment, threats, or discrimination of any kind will be permitted. Disclosing any personal information like your phone number, real name, age, or address is strictly prohibited. Please do not get upset if the pilot is not answering you. Dash is piloting the plane while trying to read as many chats as he can, which is already wildly irresponsible and could lead us to crash, so sometimes he may miss your message. If what you have to say is important, wait 30 seconds and say it again. Avoid asking Dash to switch to something else. In case of unexpected boredom, this stream has one exit located at the top of the tab. Listen to the moderators and refrain from complaining about or avoiding their punishment. For the safety of you and the other viewers aboard this stream, Dashbomb 4 requires you to follow the instruction of our mod team and comply with all posted rules. Failure to do so may result in permanent ejection from Dash's streams. Please review the rules list located in the description as it's more comprehensive than this safety video. Dash will be back soon. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened, your snacks are ready, and your seat is in the gaming position. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and enjoy the stream. Hi, and thank you for joining the stream. We're happy to have you here in chat, and we appreciate your attention as we go over some important guidelines before we continue this stream. While aboard this stream, no hate speech, harassment, threats, or discrimination of any kind will be permitted. Disclosing any personal information like your phone number, real name, age, or address is strictly prohibited. Please do not get upset if the pilot is not answering you. Dash is piloting the plane while trying to read as many chats as he can, which is already wildly irresponsible and could lead us to crash, so sometimes he may miss your message. If what you have to say is important, wait 30 seconds and say it again. Avoid asking Dash to switch to something else. In case of unexpected boredom, this stream has one exit located at the top of the tab. Listen to the moderators and refrain from complaining about or avoiding their punishment. For the safety of you and the other viewers aboard this stream, Dashbomb 4 requires you to follow the instruction of our mod team and comply with all posted rules. Failure to do so may result in permanent ejection from Dash's streams. Please review the rules list located in the description as it's more comprehensive than this safety video. Dash will be back soon. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened, your snacks are ready, and your seat is in the gaming position. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and enjoy the stream. Hi, and thank you for joining. Wow, I got back perfectly in time. Hello, I'm back. All right, back to making this short. Back to the grind. We got 18 seconds done. We got time. We got more. We got more video to do, but it gets more dangerous. How am I gonna film that? Time set. Day. The most dangerous biome in Minecraft. But it gets more dangerous. I'll just get killed. Dude, this guy, they need to change how he works. There we go. But it gets more dangerous. And then let me teleport back. Sweet. I'm pretty sure that is roughly where I was. Oh, I despawned all the mobs, though. That's sad. Aw, nuts. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. Alright, let's time set midnight and let a husk jockey spawn in. And then I have to name tag it so that it doesn't despawn. Here we go. See, it is so easy to find these. I feel like it's going under, I don't know. I'm surprised that I haven't heard anyone else talk about how damn frequent these guys are. Because you basically have to fight it. All right, there we go. How do you summon it? I literally have just been going into just letting one spawn naturally. I don't know if there's a way to spawn it. If I need to, though, the way I've been doing it is I just spawn in independent mobs and then use the /ride command to make them ride each other. Okay. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player. And has the parched shooting at you to slow you down. I'm about to die. I'm gonna set my bed. I'm gonna set my spawn somewhere over here just so that I don't keep respawning a million blocks away. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down. So it's really hard to outrun. Time set midnight. And I'm just gonna give myself effect give, dash bump 4, night vision, infinite, 0, true. I'm gonna spawn some guys up here. Oh, they're all babies. Did I make this a baby spawn egg? I don't remember doing that, but... Dude, why do these guys suck? Okay. I'm just gonna heal. Release the do you mean to say release the safety video somehow? I should just put it up on my second channel. So it's really hard to outrun, especially with terrain and mobs getting in your way. I wonder if it died. Where did it go? I think it must have gotten killed by one of those creeper explosions. But I think that should work fine. All right. Back to the editing. I recorded two lines. And they're kind of long lines, so they should be hopefully if the shots are good enough, we should be good. Maybe I'll have to go refilm them though, we'll see. Dude, this guy, they need to change how he works. Yeah, they need to make the camel
They
husk
need to change how he
works. The guys stop killing the other mobs.
But it gets more dangerous because you basically have... But it gets more dangerous because you basically have... It's more dangerous because... But it gets more dangerous because you basically...
And then... Because you basically have to fight it. I'm just gonna do...
Because...
We're gonna do basically the same shot there, but it's actually me trying to fight it.
You basically have to fight it.
Boop, 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 boop. Put that there. Copy this. We're gonna copy this to here. We're gonna copy this to here. We're gonna copy this to here.
Basically have to fight it. The camel husk is dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk...
What's up, Immortal? Appreciate you.
The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the...
31 seconds. Okay, so after this, we'll be halfway done. That'd be so sick. Alright. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player.
The camel husk is almost as fast as the player. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the...
And has the parched shooting at you to slow you down. Wait, did I get hit? And has... Oh, I did, I just didn't even really
And has
notice
the
parched shooting at... That looks pretty good, though.
And has the parched shooting at you to slow you down. So it's really hard to out...
So it's really hard to outrun.
So it's really hard to outrun.
Nice music. I agree, it is good. I just have my liked playlist playing right now. You know, earlier today, I got a copyright claim on a video that I made like over 2 years ago now, right? And the song apparently, so this is kind of BS that this could happen, but it seems like we might be okay, and I don't want to piss off the company. So thank you, company, for doing what you did. back when I was a small YouTuber, I didn't want to pay for a music licensing service. And so I used free music from this one website called Toontank. At the time, it was free. It's no longer free as far as I know. But good music, there's good music on there. But I got a copyright claim from them today. And I thought the reason was because now they require a license, and I was like, that sucks. That's like kind of BS that they can just like let me use it for free for a while and then decide to take back the license. But it might have just been a mistake because I appealed it, and in like 20 minutes they removed the copyright
and has the parts
claim.
shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially.
So thank you very much to them for being nice and not
especially.
I wouldn't be that concerned and mobs getting in your way. To be honest, I wasn't that concerned with that video getting a copyright claim. It's not a strike. It just meant that the company that made the music would be taking all the money,
especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way, and you.
And so yeah, so I wouldn't be terribly upset, right? And the reason I wouldn't be terribly upset is because that video is old and is not bringing in almost any money anymore. It maybe brings in like a couple dollars a month. So like it wouldn't be a huge deal. But I would just like, I'd obviously prefer if that doesn't happen. So it's really nice that they just went ahead and released the claim for me.
Especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way, and you can't pillar up or dig.
Okay, we're at 31 seconds. Beautiful. We're halfway. Oh, we're halfway there. They copyright to uncopyrighted, and it was 2 years ago. Yeah. What's up, Pesto? Hi, Pesto. That's so greedy. I think that it was an automatic thing. I don't think that it was them being greedy. I think it was most likely just it auto got copyright claimed because maybe because of the fact that I made that video so long ago, I like wasn't in their system or something, and so I just had to like apply, and then they were like, okay. Is Pesto a new mod? Pesto's my girlfriend. She's been a mod for a while. She just doesn't come to that many streams.
And you can't pillar up or dig down to.
Okay. Oh, you're getting sick? Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Pesto. Okay, so it's gonna be, and you can't oh god. And you can't pillar up. Oh goodness. There's so many random mobs. Hi Rabbit, how's it going? And you can't. That actually, I just got denied, so yeah, that's like perfect. Okay, that'll work for the shot. And you can't pillar up, and then I'm gonna TP-14 200, and then just drop. Not the seasonal allergies, for real. And then it will be, or dig down, because yeah, and then it will be, because the parched can shoot you. Look at how good his aim is, bro. Keeps shooting me in here. I'm gonna set my spawn right here. I think I set game rule keep inventory to true, right? I think I did already, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give this guy strength like 200. Effect, give. Okay, he keeps moving. Stop moving on me. So that way he should one-shot me. Nope. I forgot strength does not apply for whatever reason. This is probably a bug, but strength doesn't apply to the guy's piercing, like his javelin. Effect clear. I wanted him to one-shot me. That was kind of what I thought would be cool. I wonder if I can give him a netherite sharp 5 spear. Maybe that will be better, and then that would do a lot more damage to me. Here, please take that item. Oh, come on, you were so close to taking it. Oh, wait, I realized this guy might just not be able to carry items. Propose to Pesto right now. Anyways, summon Husk right here. Can pick up, not items, can pick up drops, was it? Can pick up loot. Thank you. Loot. Ride this guy. Pause. Ride Mr. Yama. And then ride this guy. And then we tell this guy to ride Mr. Yama as well. There we go. Okay. So this guy should do a lot of damage now. Probably. Significant amount. You know what? Let's just do effect, give this guy speed, infinite. Nah, you know what? We'll just do... She's been waiting for you to propose a while. The spear that the husk is holding, and even more dangerous than that. How do I do this? I think... Do I just do... And even more dangerous than that. I think... How many more dangerous than that do I have? 1, and then 2, and then 3. Maybe I'll do... Maybe I'll just have the husks be wearing diamond armor in the final shot. Here's what I'm thinking, right? We're gonna go effect, give this guy speed forever, and then it's gonna be speed 10. So he's just gonna be insanely fast. Oh my god. And so this will be... Oh, he's in water. That's amazing. And even more dangerous than that. Effect clear. At E type equals camel husk. The spear that the husk is holding You know, it's funny that the like little pixel gaps still exist. They're just a lot smaller now. Like, not to nitpick, because like you can't, it's not bad anymore, but they are still there. It used to be like really bad, but they're still there. I don't know if you guys can see them on the stream, but the spear that the husk is holding will do. The spear that the husk is holding spear. I think the music ran out. Chat, our music died. Bring the music back, please. There we go. Are these flight duration 3? They are. Interesting. Then it's gonna be damage is based on speed. Oh, this guy actually has a netherite spear. I forgot about him, but like we can't. He is not a good he's not an example of what the average husk is gonna be like, you know. Summon husk. I'm gonna just summon them here. Can pick up loot, :1B. Yes, spawn this guy. Give this guy a freaking iron spear. Okay, come back. Take the iron spear. Come back. Stop moving around so much. Ride this guy. Mount this guy. Parched. Ride. Stop moving! This guy. Mount this guy. There we go. Okay. And the husk is traveling pretty fast. Game mode, natural health regeneration false. Oh god. Let's let this guy get out of here. Effect give -4. Instant health, infinite 10, true. Or not infinite, but it doesn't actually work that way anyway. Oh, it does work that way. I didn't think that. There we go. That should be good. Or, hold on. I'm gonna try and get a better shot. There we go. Oh, I don't have iron armor on. I have diamond armor on. I wanted it. I forgot that I'm doing it with iron armor. And the point is to show that it does. Dang, that would have been a lot better of a shot. There we go. Dang it, why does F3 and S... Dude, F3 and S, I think it's... Is it F3 and S? Yeah, F3 and S has got to be the least useful F3 button.
all it does is make my entire game freeze, and I hit it all the time. I'm pretty sure you can turn it off now in very recent Minecraft. Dump dynamic textures. It's because it's right next to F3 and D, which I do actually use a lot. There we go. Oh, I wasn't recording. Okay, there we go. And so 3 hearts with iron armor on. Don't kill me. But even more dangerous than that, I should be able to give this guy like diamond armor, right? That's kind of drippy, actually. But even... Stop coming towards me! But even... I want to be on this side of you. But even more dangerous than that... Alright, this shot is gonna be hard to get. Oh, no, it wasn't. That was actually very easy to get. I'm gonna actually try to get again. If you try to fight it with a sword... Oh. I'm getting it had to happen repeatedly. If you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of jumping... Oh, God. If you try to fight it with a sword... If you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of jumping towards it... Yeah, there we go. Of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor. But even more dangerous. If you try to fight it with a sword... If you try to fight it with a sword... That'll be for if you try to fight it with a sword. Then, I'm gonna get instant harming potions just so that I can heal this guy. If you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, almost. And make the mistake of running, nope, almost. And make the mistake of running towards it. See, I keep not getting like a long enough shot for the whole thing. Keep up the YouTuber voice. I'm not going to do the YouTuber voice the whole time. Why am I lagging so much? I don't know, to be honest with you. Stop chasing me. Back off for a second, brother. And you make the mistake of running towards it. And make the mistake of running towards it. So let's see, one shot you doing even more damage. One shotting you armor. Okay, I think that's good. Lower the tick rate, maybe? No, it's... Oh, well, for lag? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe there's a memory leak or something in this Minecraft instance. I can't actually see my memory, though.
It says, oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm getting pretty high up there. I don't know, it is kind of random though. I haven't been lagging so far, but now I am. All right, let's finish this short up. I have the next batch of footage, and then we will edit this. And then I gotta watch the last 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man because I am seeing the Chainsaw Man movie tomorrow. And I have not finished the show yet. But I like it so far. Oh, why did I do that? That's not how I edit this. Can't pill. Oh god. And you can't pillar up. Or dig down. Shoot you. Because, yeah. I just realized that I do this so inefficiently. If I just batch all of them together, then I can delete them at the same time. Parched can... And that makes, like, way more sense. And you can't pillar up or... Pillar up... Or dig down to... Dig down to escape it. Or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And even it's like perfect. It's so good. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And what's the sound effect that I like? Correct and incorrect. There we go. I like this sound effect. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And even that the husk... Many lurkers. Fair. The jump scare? What jump scare? And even more dangerous than... Oh man, we're only 36 seconds in. I really thought we had more than that. I mean, I filmed everything but the last shot, but... Damn. I'm gonna be here a while, chat. He's in water. And even more dangerous than that, And even more dangerous than that, And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the... It's morning in your country? Oh, wow. It is 10:45 at night in my country.
That's amazing.
The that the husk is... The spear that the husk is holding...
The spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed.
Damage is based on speed.
Does damage based on speed. Does damage based on speed.
I'm gonna try to do the batch thing that I talked about earlier, being smart. Oh, this guy... Okay. I realized I was using iron armor, or diamond armor instead of iron.
And the husk is traveling pretty fast, so pretty fast.
Do I have a shot for when the husk is traveling pretty fast? Oh, I don't think I do. No revealing country. You can tell me what country you're in, that doesn't matter. Just don't tell me, like, your address or even your city or anything, but, like, telling me your country does not matter. Oh, whoa, you can give this guy a saddle while these guys are on it. That's so interesting. Turns out my friend didn't forget the party is just at 10 p.m. Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Parties are late. I've always complained to Pesto about that, because it would be fun to go to parties, but some of them start at like midnight, and I'm like, bro, how late are we staying up? What is this? Start the party at like 8 so I can go to bed by like 2, if it's a long party, you know? And the husk is traveling pretty fast is what I need. And the husk is traveling pretty fast. And the husk is traveling pretty fast. That should be good. We got the elevator music song. I like this, actually. I feel like if this is long enough. And the husk is traveling pretty...
Speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast. Pretty fast. Husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. So if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But
watch this, chat. I'm gonna save myself time. Instead of being a stupid idiot, I'm just gonna do that, and then boom. Beautiful, look at that.
Dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage.
I'm gonna just add a subtle zoom to this. Not even subtle, a pretty strong zoom.
The spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk based does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast. And the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But hearts with iron.
Oh, we're almost there, chat. We're so close.
It's traveling pretty fast.
45 seconds down, or 46 actually.
Iron armor on. 3 hearts with.
I'm getting tired. I might go to bed soon because I have to wake up at 2 every day because the streamer I mod for streams from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. That's crazy. That's very, very respectable amount of dedication for a mod. Do you get paid? Bro's waking up at that might be too much dedication. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a lot to get up. I mean, I guess if you really, really love their streams, I guess it makes sense. That's just not for me. Not for me, man. I value my sleep too much. That is a lot of dedication to a streamer.
With iron armor on. But
I'm gonna put this lower.
With iron armor on. But even
something really goofy I want to do is bring a bunch of apple juice boxes and hide them in my jacket. I'm assuming this is a Halloween party. What are you dressing up as? We're so close. We're so close to the end. I'm getting tired, so even my typing is slower. Oh, me too, bro. I'm getting tired. I also don't want to I'm watching Chainsaw Man with one of my roommates, and I don't want to make him wait too long if he needs to go to bed or anything, or if he wants to go to bed. Dude, he's kind of aura farming. But even, look at this zombie. He's dripped out, dude. Got a spear. He looks pretty sick. This side of it. But even more dangerous than that.
But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and
this shot might actually be really good. I'm gonna actually try to get again. If you try to fight it with a sword, I'm gonna keep that in case I need it. Where's the part where I actually fought it? If you try to fight it with a sword,
If you try to fight it with a sword, and make the mistake of running toward towards it, this lets it do even more damage. One shot. Try to towards it. This lets towards it. This.
Dude, shut up, me.
And make the mistake of running towards it. This lets it do even more damage. More damage. One-shotting you in iron armor. And iron armor. You in iron. You in iron armor. In iron. Iron armor.
What do I put in this?
This lets it
here?
do even more damage. And make the mistake of running towards it. This sword and make the mistake of running towards it. This lets it do even.
And make the mistake of running towards it. This lets it do even more damage. I'm thinking, what if I get on a camel husk and I hold the spear, and like it's like my POV, you know, like I have the iron spear, right? I'll need to. Where am I? I have the iron spear, and I hold it, and I run at someone, and I have me running at them, and then I have like the health. I have like hearts, and I increase the amount of them. Summon villager. Oh, damn. Okay. See, now this guy's distracted.
This lets it do.
Wait. I need to do, like...
This lets it do even more damage.
Oh, I don't like that I couldn't see the guy I was hitting at all.
This lets it do even more damage.
I'm just gonna take a break and drink. Water, I hope. I might not even bother with the heart thing.
This lets it do even more damage. This lets it do even more damage.
Maybe I will, I don't know. Let's see, do I be lazy or not? Alright, let's first just do this, and we add our little zooms and whatnot, and then we'll see how it looks with them. Maybe I need to add that extra bit of pizzazz, maybe I don't, I'm not sure.
If you try to fight it with a If you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more. This lets it do even more damage.
I'm gonna add the pizzazz. It doesn't actually take me that long to do this, which is good. And it looks pretty nice. Or it will hopefully look pretty nice. So I'll keep doing it if I need to. Did I move this one already? No, I didn't. Oh, wait. Okay, whatever. That's
this lets it do even more. This lets it do even more. This lets it do even more damage. One-shotting. What?
Why was it so small when I put it over to here?
One-shotting you in iron armor. And most danger.
All right. We're almost done, chat. We're almost done. We have one sentence left. I have one sentence left. Almost there. Almost there. I also feel like this short is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this one, I think.
And most dangerous of all, the
hopefully it at least I had like 3 really poorly performing videos, so if this video even performs like average, I'll be pretty happy. If I get like a 5 or 6 out of 10, I'll be pretty happy. Come on, Dash, log in. You're so right. Okay. The shot that I think I want for this is where's Husk? That should still work, right? What is body? I hope this works. Yes, beautiful. What I want is like to have, I'm gonna make like, and most dangerous of all, and it's gonna be like a lot, like a row of like 10 camel husks, right? Oh my gosh, no AI? Even Minecraft is against AI. Ah! Aha, get it. And so it'll just be like, and most dangerous of all. Or maybe, I don't know, do I make... This is gonna be really annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Ride, boom, mount, this guy. 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 Oh, that looks so sick. We had a whole army here. And most dangerous of all. Or do I just do like... And most I don't know, this is probably fine. And most dangerous of all. The camel husk? Arched? Wait, come back. Stand still. Arched? This looks like a YouTube thumbnail over here. Arched? Arched? Oh god, this is a armored husk. I need a regular husk. And husk. Don't burn in the daylight. And for don't burn in the daylight, I'll just spawn in a regular zombie. Don't burn in the daylight. Don't burn. You got a spear. What are the odds of that? Don't burn in the daylight. And then it'll be... So you'll be fighting them all the time. Oh god, I'm so low on health. That's perfect. I think we're good. I think we are almost done editing this damn short. This is why I love Granted. Not in like a romantic way, but in like a... He's the GOAT. And like, I'm not that big of a fan of editing. I'm not gonna lie, so I really enjoy when I don't have to. I really enjoy not having to edit. And Granted makes me most dangerous of all. Dangerous of all.
The camel husk part.
The camel husk?
The camel husk. The camel husk parched.
Parched? Parched?
Parched. And husk. And husk. Don't burn in daylight. So
don't burn in the daylight. I'm being lazy. Oh, I just knocked my mouse over. I don't even know how.
Don't burn in daylight. So you'll be fighting.
So you'll be fighting them all the time. This is so much smarter than what I used to do, man. I don't know why I didn't think of doing this earlier, but in theory, this is a pretty good idea.
And most dangerous of all, the camel husk. The camel husk parched and
I'm actually gonna zoom in more on this guy.
Parched and husk. Don't husk. Parched and husk. Don't burn in. Don't burn in daylight, so you'll be fighting them.
Where's my red X at? There we go.
Don't burn in daylight. So you'll be fighting them all the time. So you'll be fighting them all the time.
All right. Now it is time. What did I just do? Oh, I don't know how I did that. Now it's time to add the subtitles. That's the easiest part. Oh my god, my ears hurt so bad, dude. These headphones are such a piece of shit. I need to just buy new ones. I have the money for it. I just am lazy. And I'm sad that these headphones wound up being so trash. Literally so much worse. These headphones are so much newer than my old headphones, and they are so much worse. Oh my gosh, these suck so bad. But I like have to wear them. I gotta make it a priority to buy new headphones. I've given these headphones so much time too. I've given them so much time to try and I figured at some point they would clamp down less hard on my ears. Nope, it didn't happen. They still clamp down on my ears really, really hard. All right, let's see how this turned out. Let me turn off the music. Let me also, oh, this is not a good example because I grabbed, I typically use the same music for a bunch of shorts, but because YouTube decided that the system where I got paid to use music was bad, which is stupid because it definitely is just good for creators. But YouTube's a bitch, so it's too late. Or it's probably gonna stay that way. I don't know. We'll see. But now I just use epidemic sound. Oh, okay. Let me actually first. No. Yeah, let me watch it through first.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous.
Slight spelling error that I'm gonna fix.
You'll see these guys everywhere. It gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up
That was really loud.
or dig down to escape it, since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you
I hate that it adds. That's one of the things that pisses me off the most. I understand, like I get that it's like a auto generated captions. It might not be perfect, but I hate that it adds random periods to my sentences that are not there. Like, dude, in one voice line, there should be a setting that's just every voice line is its own sentence, and because it should be able to figure that out. This is one long sentence.
So if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But even
that is placed weirdly.
hearts with iron armor on. But even
it's also not centered.
But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor. And And most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be fighting them all the time.
That's pretty good to me. I think that looks pretty good. So, let's maybe watch it one more time.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn
I'm adding an intentional spelling error. I don't care. I need at least. Is that how you spell caramel? Is it caramel or caramel? I feel like I need at least, or I don't need, but I want at least one dumb spelling error because they're funny, and I don't think the AI actually had any today, or not any funny ones.
Camel husks.
So I'm adding it on my own, and you guys can expose me as the fraud that I am who intentionally adds comment bait, but I don't really care. I don't think anyone will really care about that. I do not normally actually have to add them. Usually there's just something stupid that the AI, I think it's AI, I don't know, that the auto-generated captions comes up with, but I just leave like one in because it's funny, but
Jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor. And most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and
I just noticed a couple of spelling errors that I forgot to fix.
but even more damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But even more dangerous than that, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor. And
see, it adds random sentences where they don't belong, and doesn't start new sentences where they do belong. Like, these are 2 separate audio takes. Obviously, they would be different words, but...
iron armor. And most dangerous of all, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be fighting them all the time.
I kind of wish I could go back in time. Oh, is that worth it? Most dangerous of all, this is a terrible most dangerous of all. This should be like the first thing, or like one of the first things. One-shotting you in iron armor is a way better thing to end on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh. I would be able to reuse like most of the or all of the footage. Chat, do I do it? I should. I really should. I hate when every once in a while, I occasionally come to make a decision that I realize something about the structure of a short, but really late in the process, and this is that time. But most dangerous of all, the camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, I mean, you'll see these guys everywhere. And even more dangerous, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight. So you'll be fighting them all the time. So you'll be seeing them all the time. But it gets even more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. I think this is the move. I just gotta re-record 2 lines. And then I just have to shift around some footage, and it should be fine. It should be okay. I think we're fine. Sorry to my roommate who's probably maybe waiting on me to watch Chainsaw Man.
And even more dangerous, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be seeing them all the time. But most dangerous of all, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage. But most dangerous of all, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor.
I really hope that this is still good, or that audio comes out good, because I'm really, really wanting to be done editing this. You know, this is the one benefit to editing things myself, is I can make a change like this. If I sent it to Granted, it would be a lot harder to make a change like this. I guess I could just make it, because I always do a quality assurance check. I always check over the footage and make sure,
even more dangerous,
and make sure.
And even more dangerous, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be seeing them all the time.
And even more dangerous, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be seeing them all the time.
We're finishing up
But
this
most dangerous of all, if you try.
But most dangerous...
Or we're finishing up this short.
But most
soon.
dangerous of all, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor.
So the one thing that I feel like is going to be annoying is the captions, because I think that once it transcribes it, it doesn't like to... Oh, I can retranscribe sequence, so it might be fine. Yeah, okay, we might be okay. Night, teriyaki. I think teriyaki said he's going to sleep. Oh no, you're talking to somebody else about going to sleep. Sorry, I thought you were saying that you were going to sleep. I misunderstood.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert
Because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. But it gets more dangerous because you...
don't burn in... And even more dangerous...
Oh, I don't want... This shot goes at the end, because this is chronologically the most dangerous. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to move all of these back by one. So this is buffer.
And even more dangerous... Husk is almost as... Pillar up... Even more dangerous...
Oh. Move that to there. Then move this guy to here.
Even more dangerous than...
Then we move this guy to here.
that, if you try to fight it with a sword...
And then we move this guy to here. And then we delete this. Oop. And we move this take to in here. This is not a thing that I do very often, is like have to go back and change
even more
things.
dangerous. And even more dangerous.
Really infrequent.
Camel husk part. The camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be seeing them all the time.
Okay, and now
But it gets more dangerous. But it gets more dangerous because you
Why can't I move you? What the fuck are you talking about? I think it must have been that it somehow highlighted the subscribe button, or the word subscribe, even though
all the time. But it gets more dangerous because you're seeing them all the time. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But most dangerous of all, if you try to fight it But most dangerous of all, if you try to fight dangerous of all, if you try to fight If you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake and make the mistake of running towards it,
Guys, I can literally taste the finish line. We're so close.
Mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor.
Oh my gosh. That's 1 minute and 2 seconds. All right, let's watch it, or let's generate some captions. We're gonna retranscribe sequence. And I think that is what I need to do. Hopefully. Create captions. 14, 12, or 1.2, I mean. Bam. Please, hopefully this works. I hope that this video does well, because I am working pretty hard on this, not gonna lie, and I don't like it. I would like to work very, very minimally on videos and not have to try at all, but then they wouldn't do well if I didn't have to try. Or if I don't try, they don't do well, so it's fine. It's just, I'm just complaining about having, like, even though I have, like, one of the best jobs that anyone could imagine. I do spend a lot of time on it, though. Like, I maybe already spend more than 40 hours a week making videos. Like, I'm probably spending more time making my videos than a lot of people spend at their jobs. And my job is a lot of fun, so, like, it's fine. But that is, like, one thing that I think people don't think about. It is still a substantial amount of work.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently. Camel husks jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. And even more dangerous, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be seeing them all the time. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast as the player and has the parched shooting.
Yeah, this is annoying because I have to
Parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling.
Like fixing it.
Is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But most dangerous of all, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor. One-shotting you in iron armor.
Kind of fire. I think that's good. I think we're good. I think all is well in the world. And now I'm going to nest this. We're going to take everything but this. I'm just going to drag this out to over here. We're going to speed this up by about 3% to make it perfect. The desert is 100 times more dangerous now. .wave. Boom. Audacity. I speed them up a little bit for engagement purposes. Is the webcam not supposed to be on? I guess it can be. It's not. It was not on because I was filming, but I guess while I'm editing, it's fine. What's up, Shadow? Horses are in fact able to swim now. So well, I do it for a few reasons. But I used to do it because YouTube would let you YouTube only lets you put copyrighted sounds over videos if they're a minute or under. And YouTube used to pay me for using, or well, not YouTube, but there was like this system where you could get paid for using music. So I would use music. But that system has been shut down as of recently, which means less money for me, which is awesome because YouTube is a good platform that definitely does not just screw over creators for no reason. However, but then the other reason is that I have found that my videos that are longer than a minute generally perform worse, even if there's enough content for over a minute. So what I do is I slow down or I speed up my videos to fit the minute mark. So this is now 4% faster than it was, and it's now exactly 1 minute, and it should have higher retention and whatnot. That is neat, except Camel Husk, it was bugged right now. Where's it bugged? Bedrock, did you say? Oh, you're saying the Camel Husk can't swim? I think that's intentional because it's an undead mob. That was at least how I interpret it, because I did try the Camel Husk and it wouldn't swim. But I was assuming that was on purpose.
The most dangerous biome in Minecraft is about to be the desert because of the camel husk. The camel husk is a new mob that spawns with a husk holding a spear and a parched riding it. Unlike the zombie horse jockey, camel husks spawn really frequently, with 10% of husks spawning as a jockey, meaning you'll see these guys everywhere. And even more dangerous, the camel husk, parched, and husk don't burn in daylight, so you'll be seeing them all the time. But it gets more dangerous because you basically have to fight it. The camel husk is almost as fast fast as the player and has the parched shooting at you to slow you down, so it's really hard to outrun, especially with mobs and terrain getting in your way. And you can't pillar up or dig down to escape it since the parched can shoot you. And even more dangerous than that, the spear that the husk is holding does damage based on speed, and the husk is traveling pretty fast, so if you get hit, it can do about 3 hearts with iron armor on. But most dangerous of all, if you try to fight it with a sword and make the mistake of running towards it, this lets it do even more damage, one-shotting you in iron armor.
I'm free. Chat, I'm free from the shorts making grind. Not forever, but for until tomorrow, which is good because I'm so out of motivation. And I could not do it for any longer. So with that being said, let me roll the credits. Thank you guys for watching. Zombie horses don't sync? Oh, do they not? Oh, maybe it is a bug then. Thank you guys to our Twitch chatters for being here, to our YouTube moderators also for being here. And then, of course, thank you to all of our YouTube chatters. I will see you guys probably tomorrow, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'll see you guys tomorrow. So see you guys all later. You guys are all still required to watch the short tomorrow when it comes out, even though you may have already seen it now. Bye, guys. See you guys. Peace out. Have a good night, everyone. Bye, everyone.